Good morning, good morning, good morning, and welcome. I am Dr. L.A. Payne, and welcome to the Breakfast Club. We are so excited about today. We're getting ready to go ahead and analyze NAS 100 and US 30. I'm so excited that this morning we have the fabulous, we call him the Pip Master, Chef Yarnezy. Are you out there?
What's going on? What's going on? Chef Yardeezy, the pip master. I'm
You know,
here.
I can't say it like that. I don't have the confidence, but Shaniqua, she does a really good impression of you, and you do a really good impression of her. So that's really, really, really good. So good morning, good morning. Did you guys see the food that Chef made last night for dinner? Did anybody see his shrimp?
They don't know about that. They
Oh,
don't know
y'all better
about
get
that.
on Instagram.
Oh, let me go find it.
He made a very, very, very nice dish that looked very, very, very delicious. So Chef Yarnell is going to be giving us our US 30 analysis, and we're going to be kind of deciding, what looks good for us, and then we're going to be going from there. And then we have none other than Sunshine out there. Sunshine is going to be looking at NAS 100 for us and giving us her analysis on NAS. I can honestly say that this girl is at 100% for NAS 100. I'm really, really proud of her. Yesterday was her 1 year anniversary being a full time trader. So we're really, 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 really proud of Sunshine and grateful for her. And we have the DIY investment diva out there, and she is going to be hitting us with the hot topics. So thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And then we like to call him Lucky Charms, brother Isaiah, who is out there, who I have to keep telling, guess what? You are on camera for real, right? Like, so people get real comfortable and they forget, no, for real, people are looking at you. You are on camera. So you have to smile for the
Hello,
camera.
everybody.
He is
Hello,
probably
hello.
looking at silver. Sometimes he gets mesmerized by silver in the direction that it's going in, that he has a hard time taking care of business. Okay. So I need him to focus. We're going to catch the silver and the gold pips right now. Yeah. So let's roll. Let's roll. I want to make sure nobody is out there waiting on us. Okay. Y'all ready? So,
Let's
Neezy, why
do
don't you start us off? Let's go ahead and do our analysis on US 30. The bell is getting ready to ring. Now, those who don't know, we like to train something called the New York bell, okay? And it's the New York session. We start at 9 a.m. Eastern, and 9:30 is when the bell rings, yeah? So we're excited about that, and we just kind of make some decisions as to if the market is going to move up or if the market is going to move down. Now, please remember that trading is personal. Trading is personal. Trading is personal. So you have to make your own analysis. But these are just our analysis. And we like to give you like different strategies and tips that you can use to get in and get out the market and enhance your trading experience. Okay. So we are excited for that. Neezy, what you got?
Listen, I've been looking at these charts and that CPI report that came out. It really did a number on the US 30.
Mm-hmm.
And but when you really look at the overall incline of the US 30, it really didn't hurt it that bad. To be quite
Uh-huh.
right. It was a temporary drop, and it does that. So you got to kind of like watch for the market to balance. And we're at a point now where all of our indices are setting highs on a regular basis, right? So they're going to eventually peak out. And
Right.
right now, when I
No,
look
can I ask you a question? What do you call that? Like, normally you're always like, we got to get ready because we're getting ready to have a
melt
meltdown.
up or
Yeah.
meltdown.
So
Yep.
yeah, so would you call this like right now a melt up? Because NAS is ridiculous. Like NAS has hit so many different highs. It's really
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Well, NAS, US 30, and S&P all have been in a melt up. If you go to the day chart, you will see they have been on a constant incline since it was at 28,000 last year. Remember, it was at
Wow.
20,000 when we were trading it last year.
Mhm.
Well, it's jumped up 7,000 points since we traded it last year, right?
Gosh.
Around this time last year, we were looking at the US 30 at about 27, 28,000. Now it's up to 30, it's hit 35,000. So
Wow.
what I'm looking for is another incline in the market just because after the CPI report, after the dust settled and the clouds have cleared, now the US 30 is going to continue on its travel upward, right?
Mhm.
Uh,
Mhm.
now it's no longer, on a daily basis, is no longer considered a melt up. It's just making new highs, right? But when you
Mhm.
look at the overall, it has melted up because a melt up constitutes at least 1,500 to 2,000 points. That constitutes a melt up. And then after that, that's where it's going. But again, once it hits, as high as it can go in the market and things have to settle down, the economy is doing well, housing market is blown through the roof. So
Mm-hmm.
all of these things pair up and have a lot to do with what happens with the Dow Jones.
Very good. I think that's really good. And we know, like, Chef is like a US 30 historian to me. He really keeps up. You see how he's talking to me about like where it was last year? Do you know how long it would take me to like to look that up and find it? But he knows. He keeps that information so that he knows where it's going and where it's getting ready to go. So I think that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. Right now we need to decide, is US 30 getting ready to buy or is it getting ready to sell on the 1 minute chart? Okay. We got about 8 minutes before the bell gets ready to ring. So I want you guys to be in a position for that. Let's go ahead and get the news from Dr. Booby Polite. I will put that on in just 1 second because he has our news for us. And now, one thing about trading, guys, you have to remember that you have to be mindful of the news because the news is going to control the market. So you really, really need to be ready for that. Okay. All right. Let's see where our news is.
Hey, good morning, Breakfast Club. This is Dr. Booby News. Welcome. Some of you don't like to hear the news. You don't watch the news on TV because you think it's, a lot of bad negativity, negative feelings, a lot of terrible things happening in the world, but you're not really watching news. What you're really watching is entertainment or people with an agenda. Four ladies sitting around a table talking about the color of Meghan Markle's dress and how it affects society. That's not news. That other news channel that argues, yells, screams, spews hatred, and argues over the color of the president's suit. That's not news. That's an agenda. There's only one motto, one mantra we have here at Dr. Booby News.
What's that, Dr.
If it
Booby?
don't make pips, it don't make Dr. Booby News. That's all you need to know. All right, here we go. My resources typically are Bloomberg, Yahoo Finance, CNN, Pepperstone, KOT Forex, FX Choice. I get a little bit from everybody. Talking for today, the Dow Jones is up, NAS is up, S&P is up. We know that. The dollar has been strong, and S&P took a small hit because the major banks are releasing their earning reports. The let me see here. J.P. Morgan, Goldman Sachs, Bank of America, Citigroup, and Coinbase. And people are really watching Coinbase. I believe they announced on Thursday or Friday how it will affect the digital currency market. So look out for that. Today, by the time you get this recording, the CPI would have been released. Hopefully, I'm hoping for a sale. But the CPI, usually the
That's what
forecast,
happened.
if the actual comes in close to the forecast, it's good. Doesn't shock the market. So then it's good. And we should see some buys. If it's off, then we should see a little tumble in the market. The banks have been pretty strong. So they're releasing their reports, but Goldman Sachs, JP Morgan just released theirs, and it wasn't too good. So the market took a slight bump, the S&P. What we have going on else during the week. Wednesday and Thursday, the Fed chair will speak. The Fed chair speaks at 8 p.m. UAE time, which is 12 noon Eastern Standard Time on Wednesday. On Thursday, when the bell rings, the Fed chair speaks. And you need to pay attention when the Fed chair speaks, it's like E.F. Hutton. When he speaks, the market moves. On Wednesday, we'll also have a PPI. It's a producer price index. Not as volatile, but it comes out 1 hour before the bell. So remember that. Wednesday, 12 noon Eastern. Thursday, 9:30 Eastern when the bell rings. And Wednesday, 1 hour before the bell. Some very interesting things happening. The core retail sales on Friday, not as spectacular, but some things are going on with that also. Today, Tokyo, we had a doji. Bought up 4 points and sold down about 4 to 5 points. Not much activity. London First Bell bought up 3 points, sold down 12 points. London second barrel bought up 4 points, sold down 15 points. The market is kind of in a holding pattern until the CPI comes out. That is going to drive it. And remember, sometimes that effect, when coupled with the Fed chair, can last more than 1 week. Next week when I talk to you, I want to bring a little bit of information on bonds and treasury yields and how they affect the market. Until then, God bless, take care, and let's get to pipping.
All right. Thanks so much, Dr. Boopy Polite. We appreciate the news update. Now, Neezy, that's something you talk about all the time is the bond. So that will be good to see what's going on with that in the treasury. Okay, guys. So we got some trade ideas that we have discussed, and we're discussing it with each other in our chat. So we're looking at silver. We're looking at US 30. Brother Isaiah, are you out there?
I am out here.
All right, very good. You want to go ahead and give us your analysis on silver and where you think silver is getting ready to go?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you fine. We can hear you fine.
I don't know what's going on with this video. Okay, well, I am projecting silver high to be today 26.35 and silver low to be 25.79.
Okay, so you're thinking that silver is going to continue to buy up. You know, silver has really, remember, we were talking before about silver kind of being in the same place, but, you know, moving up and moving down, but not like shooting, you know, primarily anywhere.
Right.
So you're thinking it's going to stay in that place or it's going to continue to move. Is that what you're telling us?
I think it's pretty much going to stay in the same place because it really hasn't moved much in the last week. It's been right there where it is now, really. But if it does shoot up, it will shoot up to 26.35. If it drops, it's going to drop to 25.79.
Okay, got you. Okay. So, Cherie, do you see silver and NAS moving in the same way? Because I feel like NAS is the most volatile out of everything right now. I feel like US 30 has like a consistent movement up, but I feel like NAS is shooting to the sky.
So NAS has been on a continuous climb for the last couple of months, and it hasn't really come down. Anytime that it has come down, there is a instant reset, and then it shoots back up. So right now, we're looking at NAS to buy. It has hit its high at 14,942, and I am looking for it to definitely pass that and possibly reach 1,500 today.
Right. So I would definitely say that it's probably gonna go to 1,500 because it's not that far. Yarneezy, have you had the chance to look at NAS? I mean, it's not that far from 1,500. And Sunshine, when I was looking at it earlier, I'm like, man, this fool is trying to hit 1,500 today.
Well, if you remember, I told the community last week, I think, or week before. I said it's trying to hit 15,000. Remember that?
Yeah.
And I have not shifted from that thought process because it's balancing. It keeps like hitting a certain level, then it'll come down, and it'll hit a certain level, and it'll come down. And when it hit 14,940, I was like, yeah, this sucker wants to hit. It wants to hit 15,000 so bad.
It does. It looks like it's coming. And I saw that you text us your idea. So I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna put in your idea. I'm definitely feeling like NAS is going to move up and US 30 is gonna move up. So I'm gonna go ahead and hop in for that, you know, to just see how it goes. But I'm pretty confident in that. So the bell is rang. Well, it's pre-bell, but it's getting ready to ring in a moment. Now, one thing I want to encourage you guys to do that are observing is to always create your horizontal lines and put them above your candles. When you see the movement going above your horizontal line, that typically means that it's going in that direction. My US 30 just hit. Thank you for that. My NAS is running, moving above my horizontal line. Let me watch my US 30 for the pullback, and then I'm probably going to take a stab at that again to see if I am going to let this work in my favor. Now, my thing with US 30 and NAS is I like to eat in 10 points. I don't like to be greedy. So I just like to go ahead and eat while the eating is good. And apparently it is. And it is very well. As you can see, here's where my horizontal line is. And of course, the market is going pew. People are probably wondering, what are these things on my screen? These are called levels. They tell me where the market is and where the market is getting ready to go. Now, as you can see, the bill is very, 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 very volatile. Very volatile. You're going to go in both directions. So if you're going to trade indices, bam, just like that. If you're going to trade indices, then you do have to use what all educators and investors would say is proper risk management, proper risk management, proper risk management. And that's different for everyone. So I can only talk about my own personal experience. I only, I make sure personally that I'm always 0.01 per $100 on brokers that let me trade 10 cent. My brokers that allow me to trade at $1, I make sure I have 0.01 per 1,000. So I'm really big with the bigger accounts on the dollar range at staying at 0.01 because it's the best way to go if you're going to trade indices, because that market is going to go up and down. And as you can clearly see, this will knock you out in a heartbeat. Yeah. Neezy, I definitely think that the idea that you gave us, what was that? That was 40 points.
Yes.
How did that go for you?
Oh, quite well and fast. It was pretty fast.
Bam!
Very first candle, very first candle.
Very first candle. And then if you guys look again, you see I put my horizontal line here and it is surpassing my horizontal line. And I love it. I love it. I love it. Okay. So this is just a great way to analyze your charts and then just kind of make your own determination. Brother Isaiah, talk to me about silver. What is silver doing?
Silver at the moment is uh, buying.
Buying.
Uh,
Yeah.
yes, silver is buying right now. I'm just trying to get back over here to my chart. Yeah.
Oh, we can't hear you. Your audio is kind of like going down.
Hold on just a moment.
All right. So as you can see, US 30 is bouncing right here. This is my horizontal line. I can't believe US 30 until US 30 pushes all the way here. So now US 30 is looking like she's turning. She has a flat top here on this candle. So clearly it's going to push down. All right. And we'll see how long it pushes before it turns around. NAS is still on a consistent momentum buying up. NAS is not acting like a wild child like US 30 is right now. NAS is moving up in a nice little direction. So I'm going to kind of test NAS out to see if my 10 pips and dip theory works. All right. So I'm going to move up here and I want to see the market push past here so that I know that the market is quite stable. All right. All right, Neezy, what you got? What are you thinking now as the market is running, going up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down?
Well, it's ranging in between the same zone right now because that's
Uh,
where I'm catching it.
uh-huh.
So it's in about a 40 to 50 pip range right now.
Oh,
That's all,
wow.
right?
Are you
With
catching it?
yeah,
Very good,
yeah.
very good.
I'm dropping something in the chat. I'm dropping it on my chart. So
All
it,
right. Go ahead, drop it in the chat. I want to read it.
I did. I
Okay,
dropped
very
some
good.
ideas in the chat,
Got you,
and
got
uh,
you.
I'm looking at where it is now. I'm trying to go to the higher time frame to really get a good gauge as to what it should do for this next what's it next half hour or so. It may buy up a little more, and then we're probably going to get some sell action just for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I'm looking at it possibly doing.
Well, this is
But
kind of in the middle right here. It looks like it's
yeah,
kind of yeah. Oh no, no. It looks like Neezy that this right here was just a reset. Those of you who have not started using the RSI, please make sure that you're adding the RSI to your chart. Okay.
hmm,
I'm like, where's my RSI? looks like here the market was a little bit oversold, but it wasn't. I mean, it was overbought right here. Typically, when it comes up here to the purple or outside of the purple, it will drop. As you can see, it's dropped and now it's climbing back up. Looks like the market is going to go into a little bit of a consolidation period. So that's pretty cool.
I
Um,
like.
what were you about to say?
I like that consolidation period.
Exactly,
That's
exactly,
my
because
favorite time.
that's where we're going to find a zone. And let's talk about that because that's going to be our tip of the day and then we'll close out with that. So the consolidation zones, we like to find what's called a zone, and we like to practice our strategies in that zone. So if the market you see, and like I said, you want to, be safe if you're a new trader. So we like to find where's the 10 points. We call it the sweet spot that the market is moving up and the market is moving down. And then in that spot, you can practice, your buy stops or your sell stops or however you choose to trade to see if you can make your quota for the day. And a lot of times we recommend that you do that in your demo, in your demo, in your demo. So, Chef, what do you see as far as, how that's moving?
It's
Beautiful.
already
And I know I'm like asking you a question, but then, when I see that beautiful you, oh my gosh.
well, it has established one already, and I'm about to drop that in the chat if I can find my mouse. I'm dropping that in the chat because this is a really nice.
Oh, she running. Wait, let me get back on that screen. Running back
Oh,
up.
okay, so you guys should have hit that other one I gave you.
Ain't no you guys. It's just me and you and
Yeah,
Sunshine.
look, that's enough. That's enough.
And brother Isaiah. Brother Isaiah, how ooh, look at that. Look at that. Look at that, Neezy. Yes. Why do I get excited about this, guys? You have got to study candle movement. And when you see a flat bottom, we use Hakanashi candles for our studies. When we see that flat bottom and that thing push up, watch it go higher. Oh my gosh, it's going to be beautiful. Beautiful, 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 beautiful some more. Brother Isaiah, do we still have a buy up going on silver?
Silver hit.
Oh, okay. Very good.
Yeah,
So your silver hit.
yeah,
Very good.
the 2604, the 2606 has hit. Now it's going to the next zone of 2607, which is above the 5009.
Got you, got you. Okay, very good, very good. So let's see how silver moves. I do need to pull my silver chart up. NASA's doing really well. Okay, she's giving us a doji here, so she may want to turn around. But again, if you add your RSI, my number one thing is always check the RSI, always check the RSI, because the RSI is going to tell you what's really happening here. So this could be a legit turnaround because this thing is not overbought. It's not overbought at all. So she could be turning around for the sale. So let's see. But I don't think that you can lose right now with NAS on a buy. How about that? I don't think that I think the sellers are going to be overwhelmed. Nazy, did you make breakfast?
I have not.
What is the plan for breakfast today?
Cereal.
See, oh yuck.
Listen, I've been
What
going.
kind of cereal are you gonna
Going
make? That
I've
don't
been
sound
going.
gourmet. That
That
sounds
don't
like
even sound right.
Well, check it out. And first of all, did you see the sandwich that I made last week? Did you see the posting of that sandwich I made?
oh, with the avocado toast. Is that the one or something different?
Not that one. I did another one. There was it was an egg that was fried like an omelet, but I had everything in it. And um, let me tell you something. That sandwich was simply amazing. I had turkey bacon. I used like a sourdough toast bread. Let me,
Uh,
that sandwich was
but
all.
how exactly does the sandwich compare to the cereal? How am I getting? How am I? How are these in the same?
Yo.
Is the part that I don't get.
All right, so bam, okay, running,
Bam,
running,
bam,
yeah,
bam.
this thing is just
Anybody
running.
else got bam moments popping in their life? My screen is blue. My screen is blue. Bam is coming. I don't know about you, but my screen is nice and blue, 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 blue.
No
So,
hard.
ooh,
No, look,
bam.
I've been cooking, cooking, cooking because I've had a series of family and friends that have visited in the last three
Excuse
weeks.
me, sir. Do you see you is starting going to the
Of
ceiling?
course I do.
It's
To the
shooting.
ceiling of the heavens.
It's already a free. It's a free.
Bam, 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 bam. Do we need
It's
to do
not done.
analysis here? She's not done. She's not done. Oh, look at it pull back. Look at it pull back and run again. Excuse me. I'm sorry. I hate to interrupt you, but we all know that we stop
I
for the
got some
money. You can always interrupt me when the market is moving and grooving. Moving and grooving. in the right direction. This thing is getting ready to do what it does best, ladies and gentlemen. That is the beautiful thing about this. Now, NAS right now is in a consolidation zone. Sunshine, did you find a zone where you felt that NAS was consolidating in?
Yes, I did drop it in the chat room for 10 pips, and then I also dropped I dropped one that was just a little bit longer than 10 pips as well, and they are both for the buy. If NAS did decide to sail down some more, then I gave you a zone for a sale. But again, I'm not worried. I'm just like Dr. LA. I'm not worried about sales, but I do drop them for the people who like to see them. And so right now she's about to
Sunshine, I don't know how many policies you just violated in the last 2 seconds, my love.
What did I say? I didn't say any numbers. What did
I don't
say?
know how many policies you just violated in the last 2 seconds.
Did I said numbers? I didn't say numbers, did I?
Oh my gosh, my goodness gracious. You might as well take out the Tower of Five. You might as well just
You sound like Cole Brown over there.
EMA on the chart. You might as well just we'll start up. Don't you worry, darling. Okay, but if you hear that sound right there, if you hear that sound right there, that means it's a problem. Dasher, the DIY investment diva, hit us with the hot topics, please. Hit us with hot topics. Hit us with hot topics.
I don't even know if you're ready. So in the world of crypto Twitter, there were some big rumors that Apple was going to purchase $2.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Well, we found out on Monday, because that was the day it was supposed to happen, that rumor was absolutely false.
But who published that? That's the real question, because that was circulating around everywhere.
Yes. So I have to always dig a little deeper. And so there's a fake Elon Musk is supposed to say important tweets from Elon Musk.
Please don't drop nothing else without fact checking.
That's why I checked it. But it was going all around. So there's a fake Elon Musk page, and he was the
but there are probably several fake Elon Musk pages.
So that was where it was coming from. And it's because it was linked because the last time that Tesla back in February purchased $1.5 billion worth of Bitcoin. Yeah. Bitcoin spiked 20%. And that's when it hit this all-time high later on in April. And so I can assume that the folks are getting weary of Bitcoin being at 30,000. And they were like, well, maybe if we can come up with a little rumor. So bravo for the try.
Exactly. But I was about to say, hey, you can't knock them for trying.
I can't knock it.
You can't knock them for trying to get my Bitcoin a little
right. Higher. But Bitcoin was down 3% yesterday.
Exactly, that part. But I'm not worried about Bitcoin. I got plenty of faith in Bitcoin. I'm holding my Bitcoin. And you know, my thing with Bitcoin is, you know, like I always tell people when I was living in Dubai, and I should have bought that Bitcoin and I did not. And my friends who invested made $2.8 million this year, man, whatever. And Bitcoin dropped several times before they got to $2.8 million, okay?
And just like we see these charts, we know it's got to drop, correct itself, and do what it's got to do. It's okay. It's going through cycles. And then one more piece of hot topic news. So TikTok has now banned any influencers from talking about cryptocurrency, trading platforms, and advisory for Bitcoin advisory services or any kind of services that advise you for digital currency. So no digital currencies are allowed to be talked about on TikTok. Okay?
Why? What's that about? Did we get a
haters?
Why? It sounds like some strong hateration.
You know that's what it is. You know that's what it is. It's strong hateration because they won't say you can't talk about the US dollar. How about that? I can have a stack of US dollars on my ear like, hey, the money's calling me. But we can't talk about it.
Tell us one more time. Who has banned
it? TikTok.
Wait, Dasher.
TikTok. Oh, but so many people were making those like, who dropped that Satoshi's video from TikTok? Like, that's my favorite TikTok ever, right? Yeah. I didn't even know what Satoshi's was until he did that. TikTok
Seriously?
Because we're educating people. I did know. Mm-hmm. Am I even saying it right? I did not know.
It's Satoshi.
Whatever you call it, I didn't know until he did that, and he did an excellent job of educating the people. Do y'all know what video I'm talking about?
Yeah, no. I love that video.
And the price change, and he did that change.
I love that video.
Hilarious.
I didn't see it.
And it
Oh
threw the
no.
change at him.
Apparently TikTok don't want you to see
Well,
it.
I have a question because TikTok is a Chinese owned company, right? Would that have something to do because of what they're trying to do with Bitcoin and how they're trying to kind of regulate it?
In my old man on Coming to America voice, ha ha.
You gotta spit. You gotta spit. Don't forget to spit. Don't forget
Yeah.
to spit, man. That's how the kids used to do me in Dubai.
Right.
My first day, I was like, is Khalid here? And they laughed at me and they was like, why do you talk like that? I was like, I don't, is your name not Khalid? He was like, it's Khalid. I was like, okay, well, I'll remember to spit. Khalid.
Oh
You gotta
man.
say it with your throat chakra.
Say it with your throat.
You gotta say it with your throat chakra.
I'm mad at TikTok though. I hope they're not hating. Let's have a quick
shame.
look over here, guys. If you're not paying attention, Nas has moved back up. She is on the move. One thing that we always encourage you guys to do is make sure you pay attention to your shapes and patterns. And you guys know this is my favorite one. Learn from the pit master himself. He likes to call it the St. Louis Arches or the strategy. But typically when it does this, it is going to close. And we know Nas is looking to give us a little bit more money. All right. US 30 is kind of doing the same thing, but she has these high wicks going on here. And we call these high wicks children of the corn. Okay. You don't want to walk through these cornfields. You want to let this thing calm down. And as you can see, the market is getting ready to settle down. It's moving a little bit slower, not moving as fast as it was before. Okay. So we probably have about maybe 5 more minutes before it takes its break. And then it will get back to doing what it does best. Now, how y'all doing out there? All of our trades have hit. All of our trade ideas have definitely gone into profit. So we're so excited about that right there. Brother Isaiah, what are those silver pockets looking like? What are those silver pockets looking like?
They are looking absolutely wonderful. Absolutely wonderful. As a matter of fact, silver is coming back to our sweet spot.
Oh, okay. So it's coming to the sweet spot, guys. That's the place that we talk about where the market is just hanging out there. You know, sometimes the market is not pushing all the way up or pushing all the way down. It's just hanging out in a particular spot. So that's why we love the sweet spot, because you can use that, those ideas. If you find your sweet spot, it's typically good all day. All right. All right, well, guys, I think we're good to go. I love the way that Nas moved this morning. I feel that Nas was very kind, not worried about US 30. Again, if you are in a buy on anything this morning, I think you'll probably be pleased with the direction of the market, you know, because the market is just consistently buying. There's not a lot of selling going on right now, even though US 30 is pulling back. But I do believe this is nothing more than a reset. How do I know? I'm going to check my RSI. It's hooking and it's getting ready to go up. All right. So, guys, I hope that you found some strategies to be useful this morning. Definitely check out levels. We'll talk more about that a little bit later. Me and the pit master will go into that. Definitely make sure you're identifying your support and your resistance levels. We are going to be doing a little bit of training on that so that you can kind of catch the flow. All right. But look, there's that flat bottom again. I tell you, when you see those flat bottoms or flat tops, it's payday time. All right. Or I should say it's a happy day, sunshine. It's a happy sunshine moment when that happens. All right. Pitmaster, what you got? Take us up out of here.
Yeah. So, you know, with all that is being said, I always like to, you know, shift folks' mind and focus into proper chart analysis. Like when you're doing things like this, and like Dr. LA said, you know, I can recall stuff from last year. Why? Because proper chart analysis is not just looking at a chart one time and for that time frame and for that day. If you really want to know what's going on in the market, see what it did last week, last month, last year, and then you can get a gauge on how the market should flow, and that will help you along your forward movement when it comes to marking up your charts, when it comes to making sure that you have an idea whether the market is buying or selling, whether the market is going to hit your TP if you're in a buy and the market starts to go into sell. If you've done proper chart analysis, you already know, or you should know, that even though the market will drop, it will go back up. Even though the market goes up, it will drop. How low is the question, because right now we're still experiencing the melt up. So it won't drop like it normally does. It will not do that. But when we are in a meltdown, you will know, because 2,000 points is imminent. Remember that. That's what I got.
All right, very good. Thank you so much for those words of wisdom. We will stay on it. We will stay on it. Okay, guys. So definitely we hope that you found this to be helpful. Check us out in the Breakfast Club, 9 a.m. Eastern, Monday through Friday on the Roku Network, URTV. Thank you so much for hanging out with us, and have a great day. Adios, amigos.